We will get this party started. All right, guys. So we're going to start with a little warm up here. So we're going to start with some squats, some basic squats. Let's put the hands behind the head so you can keep your chest super lifted up, nice and tall. Sit your weight back into your heels, squatting down. So Dan is joining us today. Deanna's joining us today. Woohoo! I got my whole family. Well, not my whole family, but I got a big portion of my family here.
We'll add Jake in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll be hanging out with Jake in a little while. All right, guys. Nice. Go ahead and stay down low as long as your knees are okay with that. You can press your knees open. If that does not feel okay in your knees, you might just continue with the squats. But if it's okay in your knees, you can start to move around a little bit, side to side. Get the ankles warmed up, knees warmed up, hips warmed up. All right, beautiful. Go ahead and fold forward. Your toes can be just slightly turned out. Take a hold of your feet with your hands and then bend your knees and then straighten your knees. Now, when I say straight, they do not have to be completely straight, but try to keep your hands on your feet. You'll move your hips to the sky as best you can. The legs will go whatever amount straight that they go. Maybe a lot, maybe a little. All right, one more time. Squat it down and hips to the sky. All right, let's come on up. Let's do some arm circles. Arms just little circles. Good. And then we'll go the other direction. Beautiful work. Now watch out behind you guys. You're gonna go ahead and swing your arms. Make sure you don't hit your partner or hit the wall or hit yourself too hard.
Somebody hit himself this morning.
All right, guys, go ahead and grab your hands, clasp them back behind you. You could even flip your hands over and get a little stretch in the wrists. And then let's do a little neck roll. So bring your chin to your chest and then ear to shoulder and then chin to chest and ear to shoulder, and just slowly going back and forth, chin to chest, ear to shoulder, chin to chest, ear to shoulder. Beautiful work. Let's go ahead and do some knee drives. So the knees go straight up, straight up. Now, if you want to add a little elbow across the body, you'll get your obliques warmed up. Elbow across, elbow across. Good. Now, later on, if we do any jumping around, bouncing around, and it's just not working in your body at all, this is a great way to elevate your heart rate without actually jumping up and down. Anytime you work your upper and lower body at the same time, it absolutely will elevate your heart rate. All right, let's do some booty kickers. You're gonna kick your own butt. That's right, you're kicking your own butt today. Maybe you grab your foot, if it's easily accessible, but be careful you don't come into a big, huge back extension. So if you're able to grab your foot, great. If not, booty kickers are just fine. All right, and we'll take the leg back to the front, but take it up and around in a circle. Get those hips warmed up and around, up and around. Nice work. All right, and we're gonna bounce it out a little bit. So you can leave the floor a lot, like way up off the floor, or not at all, or just a little. Just getting the ankles and the feet warmed up, calves warmed up also. All right, coming onto your hands and your knees, we're gonna move through some cat-cows. I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see. So on this one, you'll lift your chest, come into a bit of a sway back, and then tuck your chin and round your spine. And then continue. This is warming up your back, warming up your spine. Tuck the chin, round the spine, and then think of pulling your chest forward and lengthening out the spine. It's slow. One more time. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and come back to this all fours position, warming up the hips a bit more. You guys remember old Jane Fonda? It's like a fire hydrant like Jane Fonda, but we're actually gonna make circles. So not the Jane Fonda version of the fire hydrant kick, but circling into that joint.
She knew I wouldn't show up.
And let's go the other way. Other way. Make some circles. Other direction. Hips warming up. Glutes warming up. All right, let's do the other side. Up and around. Big circles. Think about the joint, the hip joint warming up. And we'll go the other direction. We got snapping and cracking going on over here, a little popping. All right, and then come back into a child's pose. Reach those arms out long, hips to heels, and then move forward and lengthen just a bit into the spine. Move the body forward. Don't dump into the low back, but lengthen the chest, and then move back again. So it's sort of a modified up dog. Don't go crazy. And back and forth. Reach and then pull forward just a bit, a little waking up again of that low back, but don't dump into the low spine. One more time, hips back, and then a gentle pull forward. Awesome work. All right, guys, we're ready to do our first exercise. So everything that's just a regular exercise is 45 seconds. Anything two-sided will be 30 seconds, but you stop and start as you need. Listen to your body. You're not allowed to get hurt. All right, onto hands and knees, all fours position. So taking your right arm forward and your left leg back, opposite limbs. Pull the tummy in tight, and then you switch sides. Reach and switch sides. And we continue, reach and switch sides. Now, if you want a challenge, and this is definitely a challenge, tuck your toes, knees off the floor, and then you reach and then switch. Much more challenging with the knees off the floor. But who's not up for a challenge this morning? I think we all are. Whee! Keep going. Reach. Core super tight, guys. 5 seconds. Very different with the knees off the floor, right? Okay, go ahead and rest. We'll come up off of the floor. We're gonna move into something called a squat jack. We're gonna do no added weight at first, and then I'll show you how you can add some resistance. So squat jack, you're squatting, reaching for the floor, reaching for the floor. All right, join me, here we go. Tap, tap, you go as fast or as slow as makes sense for you. You could add weight to this if you wanted. You could switch out the weight every time, or do half the time with the weight in one hand and then switch. Now, if it was too much to hop, you could squat, bring it in, squat and rest, and then bring it in. So everything can be modified, guys. All right, we are down to our push-ups on the floor. Now, you can do these on your knees. You could also do them on your toes. Listen to your body. Externally rotate the hands so that you're in a perfect position with your shoulders. Just like that. So if you are on your toes, elbows back. Keep your neck in alignment. Keep your back in alignment. No dunking your hips, no dunking your head. If you're on your knees, it's still a perfect plank position with the body. You're just on your knees instead. This round, no added weight. Next round, we'll show you the option to add some weight. Here we go. Let's do Push-ups begin. You stop and start as you need. If you need total rest, you take total rest. If you need to just pause in a plank position, you pause in a plank position. If you need to come to your knees, come to your knees. If you need more, double pulse. And next set, we'll show you how you can add some weights. Remember, you can always come to your knees or take total rest if you need it. Core tight. Do not let your head dunk down. Do not let your back come into a big arched sway back. And we rest. Beautiful. All right, guys, coming onto your back, we're gonna be doing a single-legged bridge. If your back doesn't like that, you can do a two-legged bridge. But if you're doing a single-legged bridge, one leg is straight up to the sky, or it can be out. Weight is in the heel of the foot that is on the floor. If you need to have 2 feet on the floor to keep your back happy, 2 feet on the floor is fantastic. All right, guys, and I'm gonna turn this way too so you can see a little bit better. All right, so here we go. Begin. Weight in the heel of the foot that is on the floor. Check in. It should be mostly glute, that's your butt, and hamstring working. If you're feeling it in your back, maybe put both feet on the floor. If you're feeling it in the front of your thigh, your foot is probably too close to your butt, move it away. If you need more, remember, leg can come straight out. Switch sides, or if you're on 2 feet, keep going. Up and down, weight in your heel. Keep breathing, guys. If you need rest, you take rest. If you need more, the leg can come straight out. Check in with your back. That's a lot more on your back. Keep going, 5 seconds. And we rest. Beautiful work, my friends. We did it. That was 1 round of our first 4 exercises. We're gonna do it again. So we're back to all fours. All fours position. Remember, you have the option to take your knees off the ground. Here we go, guys. Begin. Opposite arm and leg. Keep your core super, super tight. If you need more, knees off the ground. You need less, keep the feet or the knees on the ground.
Are you straightening the legs? Oh yeah, you are.
Yeah. It's hard, huh? It's hard. Yeah, so the one that the bottom knee is bent. So only thing that happens is the feet come off the ground. A lot harder. It also requires some level of coordination and rest. Yeah, that was to see if you started your mimosas early this morning. All right, we're back to squat jacks, guys. So come on up. Option to add a weight or maybe 2 weights this time. Step into it, jump into it. Here we go. Down and down and down. Yep, you can alternate. You can reach both. Now remember, if it's too much to jump, you step. Step into it. No problem. We're breathing heavy over here. I hope you are too. Five seconds left. Rest. All right. So we are back to push-ups. Remember, externally rotate the hands. Now, if you decide you want to add something to this, you can add, we call it a renegade row. You can add some weights. So I'm in a push-up position and I do my push-up. Option to add a row. This is a lot. If it's too much, back it off. Go back to a regular push-up. Push-ups are great just for their own right. All right, guys, ready? Begin. Push up. and a row. I have my hands on the dumbbells. You can see Dan is leaving his off, and that's also fine. And then Deanna's doing regular push-ups. We're all getting a great workout. It's just a little different. We're honoring what our bodies need today. Core super tight, guys. These can be done on the knees, no problem. 5 seconds left. And we rest. Awesome. All right. We have a single-legged bridge. I see somebody's got a little message here for me. Let's see if it's, oh, good. Just a happy Thanksgiving, not you can't hear me or something crazy like that. Okay, so I always wonder about that. Okay, so single-legged bridges. So we have single-legged bridge. Option, you could put some weight on your lap, guys. Why not, right? So you need a little more weight on your lap. Here we go, guys. Leg can be up. Remember, it's harder with the leg out. So harder is not necessarily the right answer. What does your body need? You want to feel it in your butt and maybe in your hamstring a bit, not the back. So adjust as needed. Remember, you could also keep both feet on the floor if that's appropriate. Switch legs. If you've got one, you switch it now. Or keep going if you've got 2 feet on the floor. Other option is to hold isometrically here. If it doesn't feel good in your back to lift up and down, then you hold. 5 more seconds. Rest. All right. 2 down, 1 to go. This is our first round of 4 exercises. We're gonna do all these one more time. Let's see if Dan can not fall over this time on this one.
I'll try.
He shouldn't be drinking before the workouts. That's right. No, he's not. Okay, guys, so hands and knees, either just opposite arm and leg, or remember, knees just hover off the floor. Core tight, that's the key. Begin. Core tight is the key. Pull the tummy in. Now, if you want to try something but not go crazy, just try doing the legs with no arms. So I'm hovering my knees and I'm just trying legs. Or I could hover the knees and just try arms. And then maybe eventually I lift everything off and I levitate. No, I'm just kidding. So opposite arm and leg, maybe eventually. Pull the tummy in. I promise it will make it easier. 5 more seconds. I know I started off with crazy business. Begin. I mean, rest. Oh my gosh, rest. Begin resting. All right, we have squat jacks. Here we go. 1, 2 dumbbells, no dumbbells. Jump, don't jump. Listen to your body. Here we go. Maybe alternate those arms. Remember, you could step it rather than jump it. If your body's not happy with jumping, then you don't jump. 5 more seconds. Rest. All right. Push-ups. Maybe adding in the renegade row. Maybe not. All right, guys. Last time with these. Let's do it. Keep your hips super still if you're doing the row. So what I'm saying is, don't lean way over to do the row. It becomes a lot of core if you keep your hips square to the ground. You take away a lot of the core element as soon as you just lean over and pull. You could just hold a push-up position if you're getting tired. You could come to the knees. 5 seconds left. Rest. All right. We have one more time. One-legged bridge. Option to add in the weight on top of your body. Weight in the heel. Begin. Leg up or leg out. Check in with your lower back. Core tight, tight, tight will help you keep your back happy. Remember, both feet on the floor is another option. Switch sides or keep going if you have both feet on the floor. Just keep going if you can. This top leg does not have to be straight. In fact, sometimes if it's straight, it will be too much. Keep a little bend in that knee. It might make your back happier. You might actually feel it where you want to, which is the glute, even more. 5 seconds. That is time. Fantastic. All right, guys, grab some water. We will too. And then we are moving on. Did you think it was done? No, we're only about almost halfway through. The next exercise, optional weight as well. It's alternating back lunges. Now, if your body does not like back lunging, maybe you do a stationary lunge or a squat instead, and I will demonstrate all of those for you. Again, option to have weight in your hands and even add something like a bicep curl or shoulder press if you feel like it, or just let them hang. So traditional back lunge, I'm going to turn to the side, is to step back. Notice my knee is right in line with my ankle, and then step forward and then alternate. I am driving through this front heel to pull me up. So what I don't want is this little short stride, and then I've got a lot of weight on the back of my knee. I really want to step back far enough, bend both knees, and then pull myself up. Again, if my body doesn't like that, I might choose to do more of a stationary lunge, and I'll let you know when you're halfway, or maybe squatting is the answer for today. So check in with your body, do what's appropriate. Let's begin alternating. And if you're doing stationary, I'll let you know when you're halfway. Yes, you can add in a bicep curl. You could add in a shoulder press. So many amazing options. We're halfway if you're doing a one-sided version like Dana's doing with the stationary version. That's great. You switch legs. Now remember, if lunging's not working, maybe you squat instead. And you could always add those curls or presses again. All right, let's rest. Fantastic. All right, guys, we're back down to the floor. A lot of up, down today. Plank jacks. Back to a plank position. Now, if your wrists are getting really tired, first of all, reach out to me. I can tell you how to strengthen those, and I will show you what you can do to keep them stronger. But if your wrists are too tired to do this, come onto the forearms instead. Here's the actual exercise. Again, if your wrists say, nope, I'm done, you could try on the forearms. Now remember, you could step out instead of jump out if that's what's most appropriate for you. And that would look like that. All right, join me, whatever you decide, let's begin. So you're jumping or you're stepping. And again, if your wrists are done, maybe you're on the forearms. Keep your core tight. All the same things that we talked about with the push-up. My neck is long. I'm not dumping into my low back. I'm keeping everything tight. This is a plank.
Hang in there.
Woohoo! 5 more seconds. And rest. Awesome job, guys. We are staying on the floor. We're gonna do a bicycle crunch now. Now, bicycle crunches, very much in the core, very important. It's slow. A lot of times people go, like you want to really bicycle fast, which is fun, but not as effective. So I'm gonna turn sideways again so you can see. I am pressing my low back super flat. I'm almost like imprinting my low back onto the ground. And then a true bicycle would look like this. Now, I might decide I need less, and my legs would go more up, or maybe I don't extend them out all the way, or maybe they don't extend at all. What we don't want is the leg going way out, and then I've got all this space behind my back. That's a great way to injure yourself, so let's not do that. Imprint, low back, super flat. Let's begin. Big movement, small movement, maybe, or maybe the legs don't move at all. Listen to your body so that the upper body stays up the whole time. So you don't come back down, you just go back and forth. So there's constant contraction with the core, no resting. When we do these quick workouts, we got to get everything we can in this short amount of time. 10 more seconds. You've got this. If you're feeling it in your back, you rest, but if you're not, keep going. Time. Fantastic. All right, so our next exercise, a little more balance work. Again, checking to see if you've started with the mimosas this morning. All right, single-legged deadlift. If you need to hold on to something, you hold on to something. It's not a problem. Otherwise, you're standing on one leg with or without weight, head up, chest up. I'm reaching towards the ground. So if I needed to hold on to something, I hold on to something. My standing leg is soft. I am not locking out my knee. I've got a little bit of softness in there. Do not let your upper back round. Standing on one leg, begin. Little bend in the knee, head up, chest up. If you need to put your tippy toe down every time, no problem. So it's all on one leg, and then we'll switch legs at the halfway point. Whee! Well, maybe.
I'm not the only one.
Maybe I need to check myself. I guess that would have been one for the bloopers if I fell far enough and dunked over Dan. It would have been a domino effect. All right, we switch sides. Head up, chest up. So back of the leg, all the way up into your glute. So hamstring, back of the leg, and glute muscle working hard. Of course, your ankle is too, and your feet are working because you're standing on one leg. Remember, you could always put your foot down every single time if you need to. Okay, rest. Okie doke. We are back to alternating back lunges, or again, if you did stationary or squats, that is also fine. So with weight, without weight, let's begin. Alternating if possible, or maybe you're just doing the stationary, which is fantastic also. Drive through that front heel. And if that stationary isn't working, you maybe do squats instead. All right, switch legs if you're doing one side, keep going if you're doing alternating. Now, how can you make any of this harder? Double pulse. Double pulse, or add in a squat or a press. 5 more seconds. Remember, you could do squats or lunges, rest. Do the one that's appropriate for you today. We are back to our plank jacks, either on the hands or again, maybe the forearms are more appropriate for you if your wrists are not having it. All right, here we go. Jump or you tap. Make sure your butt's not up in the air. It's not a down dog. It is a plank. That's why it's called a plank jack. Core tight, back of the head, lifting towards the sky. Pull the tummy in. You guys are killing it. We burned off at least one piece of pie, at least at this point.
One small pizza.
One tiny piece of pie. 5 seconds, guys, 5 seconds. Rest. Okay, we are back to our bicycle crunch. You know the ways you can make it more challenging. Extend the legs farther out. One other way, you can add some weight. I can add weight, place the weight right on the back of my head. It becomes my support for my neck, makes my head heavier, which would make, of course, the exercise harder. Go ahead and join me. So upper body stays up the whole time. Legs extend as long as your back is okay, or maybe they don't, or maybe they go more towards the sky. And it's slow. Every time you check back in with your back, every switch, is my back okay? Where am I feeling this? If you added the weight and now your neck is hurting, put that weight down. Keep going. Unless you need rest, then you take rest, but we're not resting unless we needed it. We do not need it. 10 more seconds. And rest. All righty. Fantastic. Single-legged deadlifts with or without weight. Now, again, you could hold on, or if you're having a really tough time and you've got nothing to hold on to, just leave a tippy toe on the ground. So here's the actual exercise, but I could leave my tippy toe on the ground, just slightly behind me, and do this same muscle group just with a little support. All right, let's begin. Down and up, or maybe again, tippy toe on the ground. Now, if you needed more, of course, you could always add that weight. 1 or 2, Dan's got a single kettlebell. I'm holding on to 2 dumbbells, but you could also just do a double pulse. And that could be with weight or without. Switch sides onto side number 2. Down and up, maybe you double pulse. Foot can come off the ground or stay on the ground, but try to keep the hips square to the ground. So try not to lean over as you go down. Head up, chest up, core tight. 5 seconds. Again, maybe you're double pulsing if you need more. And rest. All right, right to alternating back lunges again. Remember, you could double pulse. I'm going to double pulse this time. You could add a bicep curl. If the lunging isn't working, you squat or take one side at a time. Begin. Double pulse is what I'm doing, and I'm adding a bicep curl, at least for the start. Again, remember, you could do a stationary version, which is just keeping your feet still and not stepping, or squatting. But if you're able to do the back lunge, do it. All right, you're halfway. Switch legs if you're doing one. I'm going to switch to shoulder presses. Even with no weight, pressing your arms above your head is going to elevate your heart rate. So maybe give it a try. 10 seconds. And rest. Yay, we're done with those. And plank jacks. Hands on the floor, forearms on the floor. Begin. Core tight, guys. Tap it if it's too much for any reason. And if you still feel like it's too much and you need a break, maybe on the knees and just hold the plank. If you need total rest, you take it. Not a problem. Keep going, keep going. Don't quit, don't quit. We're almost up to pie piece number 2. 5 seconds. Rest. All right, little pieces of pie. Bicycle crunch. Add the weight, don't add the weight. Most important, flat back, press it down. Keep the core super duper tight. Begin. Maybe you're holding on to weight behind your head. Maybe you're not. If it starts to strain your neck or shoulders, put that weight down. If you're feeling it in your back, shorter range of motion with the legs, or don't move them at all, or take a break. Honor your feeling of your body today. It's going to be different every day. Where are you today? I'm just thankful you're here. Even if you're just watching, and I bet some of you are, those of you I can't see might just be sitting on the couch eating bonbons, laughing at us, but that's okay. We don't mind. 10 seconds left. And rest. All right. One last set of your single-legged deadlifts. Last time with these guys. Oh, we're getting really close to the end. Getting really close. After this, we'll take a little break, and then we have 5 minutes of Tabata. If you don't know what that is, don't worry, you'll find out quick enough. And then we stretch and you'll be done. All right, here we go. Single leg, tippy toe. If none of that's working, just do 2 legs, guys. But really important, head up, chest up, core tight. Stick your butt out. Maybe you double pulse. If you need a little assist, tippy toe on the ground or hold on to something. Not a problem. 5 more seconds on this side. Switch legs. Pull the tummy in. Keep a soft knee. Do not lock your knee out. Back in the day, and I don't want to date myself, but it might have been the 80s or 90s, we used to call these stiff-legged deadlifts. Yeah, I don't know why. We did them with super stiff legs, which is, we know now, not a good idea. So tiny bend in the knee, that's going to keep it where we want it and keep it out of the back. 5 seconds. And that is our time. Awesome. Grab water, please. We will also clear some space, guys. Get your dumbbells out of the way. No weights for the rest of this. If you do have a mini band, you can grab that though. So if you have a mini band, which looks like this, you'll grab that. So I'm gonna get these weights out of the way so nobody has a blooper accident. All right, guys. So this first round of Tabata, if you have a mini band, you can put it on. We're going to be doing skater hops with or without your mini band. It can go way down by your ankles, but I would recommend up by your knees, above your knees. So when I call rest, you have 2 options. You can take rest. If you don't want to take rest, your rest will be in a squat position, which looks like this, okay? So it is skater hops. So skater hops look like this, okay? If you don't have a band, don't worry. This will work just fine without a band. So we're gonna do half of our Tabata, a total of 5 minutes, half of our Tabata with that band on skater hops, and then I'll let you know what comes next. It is 20 seconds of skater hop work, 10 seconds of rest, or you squat. Here we go, 20 seconds, give it 100%, with or without the band is just fine. Stay low, head up, chest up, no slouching because you're tired.
We're in the home stretch now.
Home stretch, 5 minutes. 5 minutes of Tabata fun, and then we stretch and you'll be done. Rest. You're squatting in your rest or you're not. That's easier that way. Just kidding. And go. It's harder by the ankles. I'm messing with Dan.
She's not accepting my challenge. Oh man, that might have been a mistake.
It is much harder down by the ankles. Maybe halfway in between would be a good choice. Keep going, and rest. I'll go around my shins. Woo-wee.
That was too much.
Go. Oh, this rest is not very restful. Remember, you guys can rest. We're just crazy over here in the Donovan household. Woo. Okay.
So Tabata was a real guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go find him after the workout.
Woo. Oh, and rest-ish.
All right.
We have 2 more rounds just like this. We can do it.
I got the smaller bag. Obviously.
And go. Oh my gosh. Oh, we're getting close, guys. So close. Oh, my skater hops are getting smaller and smaller. Woo. Woo.
We're taking the band off of this.
Yeah, one more after this. One more after this. Rest-ish. Remember, you can totally rest for 10 seconds or join us. Oh, yes. Oh, we're so close. Okay, one more like this, guys. Go. We got it. We got this. We got this. Oh my gosh. Almost there. Almost there. Yes. Yes. Rest-ish. Rest-ish. Okay, really rest. Take the band off. If you have it on, take it off. Okay, guys. So your option for rest is still to totally rest or back into your squat. But you don't have the band on this time, so it'll be easy. Your Tabata is running in place, or remember this one we did earlier for the warm-up? But otherwise, it's running in place, 20 seconds of work. You have your 10 seconds of rest or your squat rest. Go. Go, go, go. 20 seconds. It's just a minute and a half, guys. Then we are done. You're going to stretch and you'll be done with your workout. Go, go, go. Rest or truly rest. You don't have to rest in your squat. You can rest, resting.
Everybody's ready.
Go! I like your rest-ish in that squat position. You're earning your mashed potatoes or whatever it is. Go, go, go. Woohoo! Oh, we're getting there really close. Rest. Weight in the heels. Lift the chest.
How many more we got?
Go, 3 more. 2 more after this one. You can do it. You can do it. Rest. Heart rate should be up there, guys. Oh, I like the dance. I like it. Carolyn. Woo-hoo, go! I love it.
Good job, Carolyn.
I think she was doing the floss. I can't even do that. You need to teach me how. Go, rest. There she goes. Oh, I like it. I like the floss.
It is the floss.
Last one, guys. Begin. Remember, you could be here. That's also fine. Or you could be doing the floss the whole time. Go, go, go. Oh my gosh, we are so close. Rest. Last time. Woo. Maybe pulse it out. Maybe pulse it out. Or last time. Maybe pulse it out. Woo-hoo. Done. Oh. All right. Come into a straightish legs and fold your body forward. Knees can be a little bent. Maybe your hands are on your shins or your thighs. Stretching the backs of the legs. Woo-hoo. Killed it, you guys.
Nice work.
Woohoo! All right, so take your feet super wide and just shift your hips side to side, getting the inner thighs. Sometimes if this is way too hard for you, having your hands on a chair or something will make it more accessible. If you're able to put your hands all the way on the ground, you might stop and shift and go all the way to one side, as long as your knee is okay with that. My toes are up on that opposite side. And then, of course, we'll go to the other side. Inner thighs stretching out. All right, find your way onto the floor. You're gonna lay down on your back. So keep your left leg straight and you'll grab behind your right leg, so on the hamstring. Now pull that thigh as close to your chest as you can, and then just start to bend and straighten your right leg. Now, when I say straighten, I mean it may or may not be straight. It might be still super bent, but it's moving in the direction of straight. Bend and straighten. Now, if that feels amazing and you want to add a little something, you can let your left leg go out. You don't have to, and if that starts to feel uncomfortable in your back, then you don't do it. Now, you're gonna keep your right leg straight or straight-ish. You can stay holding the hamstring, or maybe you walk your hands up to the calf or the ankle. Point and flex your right toes, point and flex. And then some circles with your right ankle. And you can go the other way. All right, if your left leg is extended, rebend it. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. For some of you, this is plenty. You're already feeling a stretch in your right hip. For some of you, you'll need to pull your thighs towards you, reach through the little triangle in between your legs, catch the hamstring or maybe your shin. Now, for some of you, you're like, what the heck? There's no way I can never reach that. Coming to a wall and doing something similar might make it more accessible to you. So it's a figure four, or I like to call it a pretzel stretch against the wall. As long as you're feeling your right butt cheek, glute, hip area, we're good to go. All right, so other side for the hamstring. So right foot is on the floor. Grab the back of your left hamstring, back of your left leg. Pull it as close as you can, straighten the leg, bend the leg, straighten the leg, bend the leg. Maybe the right leg goes out on the floor, maybe not. Now hold the left leg straight-ish. You might move your hand to your calf or your ankle, point and flex, point and flex. Circles. All right, bend your right knee again, ankle over thigh. Maybe you reach through and catch your hamstring or your shin. If that's not possible, maybe this is plenty for you just to be here. You might already feel this left hip stretching. Or remember, you could go to the wall and then your foot would be against the wall. All right, let's come out of that. A couple more stretches, and then you guys will be on with your day. Take your arm across your body, doesn't matter which one. The arm will be coming a little bit down on a diagonal. The back of the shoulder stretching here. And take it with your hand, or some people like to bend their opposite elbow, cross it that way, whatever's comfortable for you. If you're pinching on the inside, adjust the angle of that arm. So if it's pinching, maybe you'll go a little higher. Usually lower will take care of that though. Other side, down and across. Back of the shoulder, shoulder blade area also. All right, bend one elbow, like you're patting yourself on your back. Catch that elbow with your hand. tricep stretching, and then lean away. You'll get your lats that way also. Okay, switch sides, bend elbow, catch it, triceps, and lean away. All right, you did it. Good job. Good job. Come on in, guys. We're gonna wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. I'm gonna log off on Facebook. Thanks, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
All right, good to see you.
Good
Big
job, guys.
kisses. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye, guys. Thanks
Bye,
for
guys.
joining us.